Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. 46 degrees. Dropped 20 degrees from yesterday morning. Supposed to be a high of 47. But today I'm going to say, if you're doing great things in life, epic things, clean and sober for a long time, or growing a business, or you ran every day for almost 1,300 days in a row, or you're speaking every single day, or you're helping people in some kind of way, just know that most people are not going to do what you're doing. Every now and then I have to check behind me just to see what that noise was. It's eerie out here in the dark, man, at 5 a.m., but hey, it's a thrill. Sure is. Running in the dark's a thrill. That's another thing, how many people run in the dark, let alone 1,300 days in a row, almost coming up on. You're doing it for a reason. If you're obsessed with something, with growing, with getting better, with change, with learning, with getting stronger, just getting better in some kind of way, like I said, that's not something most people do. And it's a lonely feeling when you're in a category of less than 1% of the world. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything. I'm just saying, you're not alone, man. If you're on this mission, you're trying to help people. You're on it for a reason. You could possibly be the reason someone changes their life and starts doing what you do. And they may never do what you do 100%, but if you inspire someone to do it on even 1% of the level you're doing it on, that's awesome. Because like I always say, 95% of people, they're average and ordinary, and they never have a great life. They might have an okay life, but an okay life sucks, in my opinion. Being average sucks, in my opinion. If that's what you are, fine. I'm sure it's not, because most people, that are average don't listen to people that are doing above average things. But hey, if I can inspire an average person to just get that much better, then you're not average anymore. So that's the whole point for me. But just know, again, it's lonely when you're trying to do something big with your life. You have massive dreams and goals and visions, most people don't have that. They're so I don't know, they're fucked up by society, and society's standards. Society says, it's okay to be fat and out of shape and unhealthy. That's what they want. You're easier to catch then. But I suggest you become the best version of yourself, but just know that most of the people in your life, they're not going to do it with you, and you should do it anyway. So have an awesome day. Kick today's ass. Let's go!